In Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, Chancellor Palpatine appoints Anakin Skywalker to be his personal representative on the Jedi Council. Whilst they make Anakin a council member, they refuse to make him a Jedi Master. But what if it was the other way around? What if Anakin was made a Master but not a council member? How would this change Star Wars history? As you're about to see, a lot changes. Upon hearing Mace Windu declare him a Master but not a council member, Anakin is conflicted. Whilst he is delighted to achieve such an illustrious ranking, the decision also supports the view that the Council are continuing to separate Chancellor Palpatine from themselves. This view is confirmed by Obi-Wan telling Anakin to spy on Palpatine. This brings us onto the scene in the galaxy's Opera House, where Palpatine tries to turn Anakin to the dark side of the Force. Whilst Anakin agrees with Palpatine that the Jedi Council are trying to overthrow the Republic, he is not as interested in the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise, as he is now a Jedi Master, so is free to access all of the knowledge in the Jedi archives. Palpatine senses this lack of interest from Anakin, and realises that the risk to try and get Anakin onto the Jedi Council had not proceeded as he had foreseen. As Obi-Wan departs for Utapau, he remarks to Anakin how they are both Masters, and Anakin is free to become a far more knowledgeable Jedi than Obi-Wan could ever wish to be. On that last comment, Anakin rushes off to the Jedi archives in his bid to find the knowledge to save Padme. As Anakin scours the archives, he does not sense any artifacts calling to him. However, he senses that the Force is tugging at his senses. The Force guides Anakin immediately to Padme's apartment, and he asks if anything is wrong. Despite saying she is fine, Anakin summons a medical droid. The medical droid confirms that Padme is at no risk from death at childbirth, and nor are her children. Anakin is more reassured, and upon hearing that Grievous is based on Utapau, reports to Palpatine. Entering the Chancellor's office, he senses something is amiss. He sees numerous items out of place, and his usually paper-covered desk is barren. There was only one conclusion. The Chancellor had escaped. Anakin quickly contacted Mace Windu, and an emergency meeting was declared. Mace Windu, Yoda, and Obi-Wan all expressed their views about the dark side possibly surrounding Palpatine, but Anakin was defiant that Palpatine was not the Sith Lord. Just as the Jedi Council were about to conclude their emergency meeting, the central hologram appeared with Darth Sidious, holding Scimitar Amidala. Darth Sidious had not expected Anakin to be there, given he was not a council member. However, he still proceeds with his plan, and requests that the Jedi Council go to the planet of Naboo. As the hologram disappeared, finally it clicked for Anakin. Naboo was the home of Palpatine and Padme, and Palpatine wanted his children. Anakin sprints away from the Council chambers to the hangar bay, and into his starfighter with Mace Windu in pursuit. Meanwhile, Obi-Wan had just defeated General Grievous, and is swiftly cleaning up the Separatists with his 212th Attack Battalion. Suddenly, he senses Anakin's mood is intensifying through their bond, and knows he needs to go to help. Retrieving his lightsaber from Commander Cody, he speeds off with his starfighter and into orbit. As he approaches Naboo, he senses an overwhelming darkness hanging over the planet like a large cloud. Landing in the capital of Theed, he uses the Force to enhance his speed and rush into the Royal Palace, where he can hear and see blades clashing. Immediately igniting his blade, Obi-Wan rushes over towards the battle and begins to defend against Palpatine's attack, much to the surprise of Windu and Anakin. Obi-Wan had thought Grievous's attacks were fast, but this was on a whole nother level. Obi-Wan gave himself some space to allow Windu and Anakin to attack, and rushed off to another room, where he sees Padme in a corner, looking in a torrid state. Untying her binds with his lightsaber, he makes a precise cut in the window, and escapes to a nearby medical facility undetected. Leaving Padme in the hands of the medical droids, he sees Sidious escaping in his shuttle. Anakin is annoyed, but refocuses upon hearing Padme is about to give birth. Obi-Wan now has confirmation as to the identity of the father. As Padme gives birth to Luke and Leia, Sidious has ventured to Korriban in search of more knowledge. He failed to believe he had lost to the Jedi. This was a battle the Sith must win. That is it for part 1 of What If Anakin Was Granted the Rank of Master. If you would like to see a part 2, please like this video and subscribe for more what ifs. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd like to see next. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.